Sometimes, collecting games just to add to your collection isn't what the hobby is all about. Sometimes, it becomes more about collecting games that have a sentimental value to them, especially when there are memories attached to loved ones that are no longer with us. It was SEGE weekend, and this time, the event spanned a total of 3 days. While I have completed the GameCube North American retail game set, I've been trying to get games from a variety of platforms that were a part of my childhood that I wanted to add back into my collection, as well as various other GameCube related items and games. More importantly though, this weekend was also an opportunity for me to get games that I used to play with my eldest brother that I always wanted in my own personal collection to now look back at for memory's sake. So, sit back and let's see how all of SEGE weekend unfolds. Today is day one of Southeast Game Exchange. I just got here, and let's see what's in store for day one. Day one of SEGE was all about me scoping out the convention itself while having an idea of which booths I wanted to revisit to pick up a few games and items for the collection. All right, so I am at the Video Game Cavern booth with Pac-Man Case.
Oh, hello. What's up?
So Andy actually has something here at his booth that I need in my collection, my subset collection of Nintendo Power GameCube strategy guides.
Ooh.
So Super Smash Bros. Melee is one that I do need actually.
Really?
And
how do you not have this in your collection?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. This is the Don Shell of GameCube collection, dude. That's awesome. This is awesome. So
there we go. We're gonna get that, and that's gonna be the first acquisition at SEGE 2025. Upon wrapping up at the Video Game Cavern, I made my way over to Retro Wolf's booth because he had told me that he had a certain surprise item for me. Last year, Retro Wolf picked up the rare Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Link bobblehead that was an exclusive promo item to GameStop employees, and he held on to it for an entire year to give it to me in person at this year's Southeast Game Exchange. These have dramatically gone up in price recently, fetching for over $200 loose, and this one was in its original packaging. Matt, Retro Wolf is an absolute legend, and I cannot thank him enough for the insanely awesome gift. Day one of SEGE may have gone by pretty quickly, but I at least now knew of vendors to go check out for the next day, as well as walking away with both the Super Smash Bros. Melee strategy guide and the amazing Legend of Zelda Link bobblehead. Today, my focus is going to be on one specific idea. So, 3 years ago when I came to SEGE for the first time in 2022, I came at a time that was very difficult for me because it was at a time where my brother had just suddenly passed away due to a freak accident. And I did a video on this called A Special Tribute. Now, my thought was, upon completing the GameCube collection, I'm like, what else could I be looking for now at SEGE when I come here? So today's goal is I want to get games that I used to play with my eldest brother that I want to have in my collection and eventually build a shelf that's basically just about the games I played with him. We're going to see what games I can find and show you guys some of the other games I played with him if I can find them here. So tune in and let's see what I can find. All right, so off camera, I did purchase one thing. This is one from my childhood that I gave to my other brother, and I just got it back in my collection because this is one of my favorite N64 games, and that is Wave Race 64. That is the first game I got at this convention. I'm trying to remember the booth that had one of the games I'm looking for. So I'm pretty sure that vendor had the game I was looking for, and I don't see it anymore, which sucks. Legit, I think this video is just going to be, can I find this one PS2 game at an entire con? After spending an insane amount of time walking the convention center, I found a copy back at the Video Game Cavern's booth. I'm back at the Video Game Cavern, and I'm going to trade a game in and see, or basically see what I can get credit-wise, and see if I can get something else from their booth. The game I'm getting rid of is Pokemon Silver. Now, the reason being is because I recently picked this up at a convention, and the battery was never replaced. That's fine. Spoke to Andy already, and he said his store does that, so that's not a problem. But I just recently got Pokemon Crystal from a friend of mine, so I don't need Silver since Crystal is apparently the definitive edition. So that being said, let's trade this in and see what I can get out of it. Curious to what I could get for this if I wanted to trade it in for something here. I would not like that if I were you. Lord knows where that's been.
Is it even real?
It's real.
Authentic?
It's authentic.
Is the battery replaced?
No.
Oh, okay. People are asking for Pokemon stuff all the time. You could probably do 30.
30? Okay.
Yeah.
So now, the fun part is finding something that I can get with that credit. Transformers. This is a game I borrowed from my eldest brother back in the day. I really enjoyed this game. This is one I've always wanted in a collection, so even though it has no manual, this is the only one I can find around this convention so far. It's been driving me insane. I'm gonna get it. I'll figure out the manual situation another time, but at least I'll have the game in my collection. But what else do I get? Since I traded in that Pokemon Silver for credit, I still had some funds to play with at the Video Game Cavern's booth. I spotted this Japanese GameCube exclusive called, well, what I believe is called Crockett Banking no Kiki wo Tsukue. Sorry, I think I butchered the name, but it does look like an interesting 3D platformer for the console that I'd never heard of until I spotted it here. And then I spotted the second game I was looking for to add to my collection of games of ones I used to play with my eldest brother, and that one was Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2 on the N64. So Transformers for the PS2 is one of them for the list. Now, you know that my video I'm focusing on is also about games I used to play with my brother, yes. Right? Now, you guys had one more that I found, which was Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. I want to add that too. Okay. Then whatever this game is.
We did look it up.
We did.
We did look up games.
It looks like a 3D platformer of sorts.
I think so.
Maybe. Listen, I'll do a new episode on Japanese exclusives and we'll check it out.
I love it. And you'll learn fluent Japanese.
No, you won't. So, wrapping up a few of the items I acquired at the Video Game Cavern yet again, it was now time for me to make my way over to my good friends over at Bonfire Games. Alright, so we are currently at Bonfire Games' booth. Listen, they are no strangers. Dave, Thomas, who's somewhere else right now, they have been very instrumental to me completing my GameCube collection over the years. So before I picked up Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2, and I said I still need to find the first one. So I have Army Men Sarge's Heroes 1. If I get this, I'll have both Army Men Sarge's Heroes 1 and 2. And these were both games that were very instrumental to me playing this with my brother. He loved these games. I very much enjoyed these games a lot too. I would love to have the boxes, I'm not gonna lie. Another fun game that doesn't get talked about enough on the N64 because it had a killer techno soundtrack.
Oh, I know it.
What?
Tetrasphere.
Bingo.
Boom.
Tetrasphere. So, such a good soundtrack, and it's actually a fun 3D Tetris game. It's a very different type of game, but I always enjoyed this. Funny enough, this was another game I played at my brother's house back in the day because he had bought this for his wife, my sister-in-law, and the soundtrack alone is worth the price. I have to get it for the soundtrack. Oh, I know what else. Now, this is a GameCube related thing, so this is different. GameCube related, it's not a game though. Come with me, I'll show you. This I don't normally come across. And I remember there was a few of these, not many, but Ultimate Codes for the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Now, this was basically a Code Junkies provided disc where you pop this into the GameCube, you follow the list of instructions, and you can pretty much have like, you know, unlimited health, unlimited magic, all the cheat codes, start with things way earlier in the game than you normally would. This is very much obscure GameCube stuff to come across. We got that, we got this, we got this. Dave, what can you do for me?
That's free, 40 for those two.
40 for those two.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yep.
I think I should be a good father right now and put myself aside for a moment. And I'm looking and I see two things that I know my daughter would like. One is Tinkerbell because she very much likes Tinkerbell. The other one's her Art Academy. She loves drawing stuff. I feel like she would have so much fun just sitting there coloring. I might have to get this for her.
For your daughter?
Yeah.
As a fellow girl dad, it's for you.
This man.
You gotta do it for the girl dads. Come on.
After scoring some awesome deals with Dave from Bonfire Games, I then went over to Arkansas Picker's booth, who had a few more items I was interested in.
What's up, Dave?
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you, man.
So you got a few things actually that I might be interested in.
Man, really?
You do?
That's surprising because I brought garbage.
Well, one person's garbage is another person's treasure. I don't know how that goes. I completed the GameCube collection.
Yeah.
There are a few games I have as the player's choice ones and not Black Label.
Oh, yeah.
But so this is one from my childhood, but I had the player's choice copy. And I see you've got a Black Label, so this is one I'm gonna have to definitely get.
Okay.
So we got this, but there's more.
Uh-oh.
At the end of my video where I showed I completed the GameCube collection, I teased the Wii at the end. No, I'm not going for a complete set. But I'm looking for certain games that I've been interested in on the Wii. So Transformers Cybertron Adventures is one of them. And this is a third-person on-rails arcade shooter. That's a co-op game that Next Level Games developed. That's the same team that did the Mario Strikers games. It is complete. And this is one I definitely want to get for the collection. This is another solid one. ATV Off-Road Fury. The second game especially I loved. I played the first game a lot. $5, I gotta get it. So Picker.
Is this your final answer? How about $20?
$20? I can't pass that up. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I just want to take a quick moment though to thank today's sponsor, Goodiez. Goodiez is an app where you can go ahead and buy and sell a variety of retro and modern games across all generations. And it's honestly as simple as searching for certain games you're looking for, type it in, see what you find. And then if there's a certain game you're looking for in a certain condition, which you can actually choose, you can go ahead and set the price point that you're looking for. And the sellers looking to sell that specific game can actually then reach out to you if they want to try to make a deal with you. So let's say, for example, you're looking for the Transformers game on the PS2 that I've been struggling to find. You'll do a search for that, see if you want a complete in-box copy, and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to set my price at $15, and see if there's anybody who's willing to sell when they see that at that price point. Additionally, you could also trade in your games. So if you're looking to get some cash a little bit faster or credit a little bit faster to put toward new games or even retro games, go ahead and type in the game you're looking to trade in, choose the condition, and you'll see what the value of the game is worth. Goodiez does try to provide upwards of 70% of price charting values for your games, so honestly, this is a great way to get rid of some of your games and put the funds toward other ones you'd rather have in your collection. I will leave a link to Goodiez in the description down below for both the download link on iOS and Android devices, so be sure to check it out. Thank you to Goodiez for sponsoring today's video. Back to the rest of the episode. All day searching for this could be complete, and you guys saw I got it from my good friend Andy, but it didn't have the manual. This one does. I really wanted the manual, so we're gonna make this happen. Would you do 15 on this by chance?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. After so many hours later of finally coming across a complete in-box copy of Transformers on the PS2, I now took the copy I acquired from the Video Game Cavern's booth earlier today, and I brought it over to Retro Wolf's booth, who bought it off of me so that he could use it as part of his inventory to turn around and sell, which definitely helped me out, and it helped him out. All right, so I'm here with Jeff from Wolfpack Electronics. If you guys remember, Jeff is actually the one that I acquired Disney Sports Basketball from in my video that I released probably about 2 months ago, which I will link in the description down below. But Jeff was here, and actually, I brought my copy of Pokemon Crystal here that needed a new battery. And since, well, we know somebody that now actually does a variety of electronic repairs, Jeff actually took the copy of Pokemon Crystal and went back to his hotel.
Yep, in the hotel room. I brought my soldering iron with me.
Oh, now it's broken.
So I brought my soldering iron with me on the flight here from Florida, and I was able to meet Marcello, get his copy of Pokemon Crystal before I dropped it. sorry, I shouldn't have said that. His copy of Pokemon Crystal, and able to replace the battery for him.
Right.
So this is something that was cool to do. Quick in the hotel room, went for a break, and came back to Southeast Game Exchange and had a good time at SEGE, and I went and handed it back to him.
So what's funny is, again, we only live like an hour away from each other in Florida, but
We had to both be here in South Carolina for this to happen.
The irony. Right, yeah.
So Jeff, thank you so much.
Thank
Guys,
you.
once again, definitely check out Wolfpack Electronics on YouTube and Twitch. He is doing a lot of live streaming, showcasing him repairing a variety of things like consoles and a variety of other electronics he was showcasing. So definitely check him out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Thank you so much.
Sweet. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. We're wrapping up today at Pixel Parts, also Retro Beer's booth. But here's Heather, Retro Beer's fiance, who is the owner of Pixel Parts, and she does phenomenal work dismantling any controllers or certain handheld consoles and making it into these cool shadow box displays, highlighting every component of those devices that she takes apart. Being the GameCube enthusiast I am, I've always had my eye on getting the GameCube controller one, and she happened to have one more left of the jet black one, and the reason I want this one in particular is because that was the console variant that I got on Christmas of 2001. So this is awesome. I cannot wait to display this in my room.
I'm very excited.
So, I mean,
For you.
yeah.
It is now day 3 of the convention, and there were a few more things that happened on this day. First off, I actually got a chance to meet Nick Apostolitis, who's Leon S. Kennedy's voice from Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 Remake, and he got to sign a copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake for me. Additionally, I got to meet the wonderful Shelley Blond, who is the original voice actress of Lara Croft for the original Tomb Raider games. And I have to say, speaking to her about her role and how much of an impact she had for the character and in terms of video game pop culture was just an amazing time. She's an absolute sweetheart. You could tell she very much loved her role, and you could tell she was very much still attuned to the original Lara Croft. So much so that she still remembers her lines and even wrote one of her more iconic lines on the cover art of my Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered box art for the Nintendo Switch.
For me, it's the meeting the fans. For me, it's the meeting the gamers and hearing their stories. You know, I have people saying to me that they used to play with their father, and now their father's no longer with us.
Right.
So my voice and Nathan McCree's music of the game is all tied up in memories. All that floors me, and it's the biggest privilege. It's wonderful, you know, to get a job like this, but the biggest privilege is to be part of people's lives and their memories, and I'm forever grateful.
So, Shelly, I have to ask, if you don't mind, I would love to have you autograph this.
I would love to.
I've had this copy and it's been sealed. I literally just unsealed it now so that you could sign this, and that would be amazing.
What would you like me to write on it?
Honestly, whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
I'll let you decide. I feel like that makes it more exciting. Talk about just an absolute legend right here. Just an absolute sweetheart.
Oh, stop. So you've got, I think I'd better get out of these wet clothes now.
Love it. That's awesome.
There you go.
Shelly, thank you so much.
Listen, absolute pleasure. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Okay.
One of the most surreal and humbling moments I've been blessed to experience at a convention is when fans recognize who you are and ask for you to autograph a physical item they've acquired or brought to the convention, and that was the case with this awesome couple here, Zane and Ali. Now, one of the coolest aspects for the convention this weekend was that a childhood friend of mine from over 20 years ago, Andrew, whom I hadn't seen in almost 2 decades, drove up from Georgia just to meet up with me at the convention and hang out for the day. Again, conventions are a blast to go to and buy a variety of things, but the social aspect, whether meeting new faces or catching up with friends you haven't seen in a while, is the best part. Shortly after, I actually found the last game I was looking for of the 4 games I was aiming to find at the con for the games I used to play with my eldest brother.
This one I have a fond memory of playing because we went on vacation to Myrtle Beach as a whole family. We brought the PS2. He was an Army Men fan. We picked up this game for cheap, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna play this all night. We had Manhattan Specials, which is like this espresso soda. We played 10 minutes of this. We did game over. Like, wow, this game sucks. I always have that memory. This is the last game on my list of the games I've been looking for all weekend, or the games I need to add to this collection. At least that can come to mind at this moment that I need to get. And at that price, even if it's not complete, I have not found this at any other booth. So I'm gonna have to get this. Let's do it.
And just like that, the 4 games I was on the search for this weekend at the convention have been acquired. I'm now 4 games closer to finishing that personal set of games I used to share memories of playing with my brother. While I nabbed a bit more throughout, there were also items I wanted to add to my personal collection. Finding the 4 games I set out for were the most meaningful acquisitions.
All right, so that is Siege weekend wrapped up.
It's been a phenomenal weekend. A lot of great things acquired. I was able to achieve the list of games I was looking for based on everything I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as well as a variety of other items I've always wanted to add to the collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, I have a long drive back to the beautiful Sunshine State of Florida. Additionally, I want to take a moment to thank the GCG Nation enthusiasts that have become members of the channel. Local S'mores Pop-Tart, Retro Wolf, Alejandro Mendoza, Julio Cesar Garcia Zamora 34, Daniel Herrera, and Akima. If you really enjoy the content and are interested in further supporting the channel, click that join button, and for $2 a month, you'll get early access to videos, membership shoutouts and videos, and exclusive icons that I made that go next to your username when commenting.